Well, Costa Nation, Sanbunan Bafetu, welcome back to Football Trends with me. Keep being now in today's video. We will be looking at, the latest news because that's what we do here at Football Trends with QB. I try to give you guys an update in anything or everything that is happening lapana in Naturena. Yes, it's not inside Naturena, but it has to do with in Naturena. So currently there was a squad that was selected for Bafana Bafana tomorrow. Yes, they are playing, or I can say we are playing, I believe against Mexico. It's currently probably around 7 p.m. That's when the match will be kicking off. I think on South African Standard Time. Yes, the match will be broadcasted everywhere else, especially from SABC. But other than that, there was a situation where we had Coach Hugo Bruce, managing to select Brendan Peterson and then later on dropping him. Why should now the reason he decided to drop him was because he doesn't know Brendan Peterson to that level, and he feels like if Umchita was to sit on the bench, he would not know how he would react in terms of that. But for me, I think Brendan Peterson has been behaving very goodly when it comes to him just sitting on the bench, which we've talked about this, we've debated about this for the longest time. I think so right now, as I'm speaking with you, there was a situation where the 6 players who were left on the preliminary squad, because remember there was the preliminary squad, they selected about 26 players, 26, I believe it is 26 or 30, somewhere around there. I'm not too sure about the whole numbers. And then they are being left behind. Mostly just players that were left behind. Brendan Peterson, Lebohang Maboe, Tabiso Monyane. I'm gonna speak about those because of the ones that I know of mostly. But the other ones, I'm not going to talk much about them. So those 3 players were the ones that got left behind. But announced it was even a show where there was the president and everything else. So everyone else was there, and then they managed to look at everything. Bonita Sonke, I believe so. So with that being said, those 3 players got left behind. The only player who managed to make it was Bradley Cross, and I think it deserves it, even though some are still saying he got that opportunity because competition is not way too tight when it comes to that position. For me, I feel like Umchita has been performing throughout the season. It is something incredible that he has done when it comes to being there on that left back position, which I'm not going to talk much about that. So with the players that have remained behind, they have an opportunity to go and watch Bafana Bafana live in Mexico, America. I think Mexico is in America, if I'm not mistaken. Abu Tacos Laba, and this is the name of movie. They are there. I know Akona Matacos probably here in South Africa, but it is something that I'm moving. So with that being said, Lebohang Maboe was the first player to emerge as a player who decided, I'm not going anywhere. And for us, Gayton McKenzie organized, I believe it was Gayton McKenzie organized, something, transport or accommodation for the players that did not make it to the final selection, or you guys can still come and be part of the supporters or the fans that are going to be supporting our boys on the world stage or the World Cup, you understand? But Lebohang Maboe decided, I'm not going there. And then we saw him, he was spotted somewhere. Now, as I'm speaking with you, there's another player who has been spotted not in the national team. Apparently today there was a game that was being played, if not yesterday. On that game, there is Brendan Peterson who was there on the stands watching football, and some are saying they are speculating that Brendan Peterson decided, I'm just gonna sit at home because I have a duty to uphold to Kaizer Chiefs, so it wouldn't do me any justice to say I'm flying out support Tabajita that side, and then I have to come back also again for a preseason, which I think probably does make sense, but at the end of the day, I honestly don't know if that is accurate. So Brendan Peterson, akahambanga naye bafethu, he's available, and I've heard some of you saying that probably even Thabiso Manyane, we are hoping he did exactly that, ukuthi angahambi, ngcono nje relax, ahlale nje la ekhaya, and yeah, man, continue training, do all those things. Remember, Aiden McCarthy just left for Saba FK. But before leaving, he was busy, he was training. I just saw the post today. Arsenal they were doing some incredible work. I'm not too sure if that was Cape Town, but they were training extensively, and it showed that they are determined, to get work done and make sure during this off season, they try and improve and get whatever that is needed for them for the coming season, which I feel like it's a good thing, unless when you probably think otherwise. But for me, I think that is a good thing. So with that being said, Brendan Peterson is available. Or he decided not to go or accept that opportunity. And then also we do have Takalani Mazamba. Now Takalani Mazamba had managed to play one game for us last season. I can say last season because the season has already come to an end. So he played for us on the final game. Yes, he considered a goal, but I think it was very, very crucial for him to learn in terms of that. Other than that, than conceding a goal, I feel like he did incredibly well, especially for his debut. I was not expecting that. All I was expecting was, okay, maybe Mchita is going to go there and is going to concede a lot more goals because of the stage, how big the stage is and everything else. But for me, I feel like he did an incredible job. So with that being said, it looks like Umfana, from what I'm hearing or what I'm getting, he will be part of the preseason squad that is going to Germany. Yes, they haven't confirmed that they're going to Germany, but we do know, guys, that's where Kaizer Jr. is currently, sorting out everything. I think by now everything is done, because I did report to you and told you guys, it looks like everything is moving very well that side. I know some of you are still waiting for confirmation, but it's fine. Sizolinda Sonke, though I would have told you, okay, this is what currently is happening. So yeah, Takalani Mazamba is gonna be there on the preseason, which obviously it shows that he's gonna be getting some game time probably, but other than that, the experience that is needed, which I feel like it's a good move, very, very important for him. Also, it makes you wonder, or it makes you question in the or Bruce Vuma. Do you think Bruce Vuma will still have a place in the club? Because it's him, Nontware, who it looks like they do not have a space in currently, because chances are Brendan Peterson obviously is going to be occupying that number one spot. If there's certain emergencies or something is happening, or probably injured, Takalani Mazamba, it looks like he might be coming in. And not to forget, Bruce Vuma contract is coming to an end on 30th of June. Despite that, for me, I could say there's a player that we can let go of. I wouldn't mind if Wambile, and then we try to introduce the youngster. Also, we still do have Ofia Kintwari, whom I think the last game that he played very well. It was just our defense that was very poor. They were making a lot of mistakes, and I know people will not agree with me, but it's what I saw and what I witnessed, and I felt like Ontwari did, a lot more better than how he used to do things. But all of this is just some updates and a bit of speculation in terms of Vuma leaving the club. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I think for me, I wouldn't mind to see Vuma gone, but yeah, definitely this is a good opportunity for Takalani Mazamba to be able to get that senior level performance. Also sim prepare, because he might be the next big thing for us without us even knowing. I know there's still another goalkeeper, which is Wont, who was loaned out. Now loan is coming to an end at the 30th of June. I don't know what they're going to decide with Wont, but probably they are going to send him on another loan for next season. asazi if uzohamba for preseason, but so far I'm hearing Takalani Mazamba will be joining the club for preseason.